Welcome back inside Rexall. Inside Rexall gets set for the final meeting of the season between Edmonton and Columbus. Let's meet the starting goaltenders. They're brought to you by season between Edmonton and Columbus. Let's meet the starting goaltenders. They're brought to you by Tim Hortons, Our Canada, Our Coffee. Nikolai Khabibulin stopped all 43 shots he faced in St. Louis on Tuesday. Tonight will be his 7th start and the first time he has started 2 in a row all season. At the other end, 24-year-old Sergei Bobrovsky shut out Vancouver on Tuesday through 65 minutes, but lost in a shootout. 8 of his 11 wins have come in the month of March. In the Columbus Bluejackets, but his 11 wins have come in the month of March. And the Columbus Bluejackets absolutely have come in the month of March. And the Columbus Bluejackets absolutely all season. At the other end, 24-year-old Sergei Bobrovsky shut out Vancouver on Tuesday through 65 minutes, but lost in a shootout. 8 of his 11 wins have come in the month of March. 24-year-old Sergei Bobrovsky shut out Vancouver on Tuesday through 65 minutes, but lost in a shootout. Sergei Bobrovsky shut out Vancouver on Tuesday through 65 minutes, but lost in a shootout. 8 of his shut out Vancouver on Tuesday through 65 minutes, but lost in a shootout. 8 of his 11 wins have come in the month of March. And the Columbus Bluejackets, absolutely, if they have any chance of making the playoffs, are going to need Sergei Bobrovsky. The Edmonton Oilers, meantime, were in St. Louis on Tuesday. Defeated the Blues by the score of 3-0. First win there by the score. And the first goal of the game comes just 10 seconds in. And the Columbus Tuesday defeated the Blues by the score. Were in St. Louis on Tuesday. Defeated the Blues by the score of 3-0. First win, defeated the Blues by the score of 3-0. And their first win there, and the first goal of by the time were in St. Louis on Tuesday. Defeated speed in good seconds, fiddling in the step the ice. Columbus Bluejackets 11 to the West. They've got 33 points on the season. Start like that, Louis, important for a team that doesn't score many goals. They are last in the league in offense.
Yeah, they've had a great goaltender, so typically if they get 1 or 2 for this guy, Sergei Bobrovsky, in the last month, he closes the door. He's been that good.
Backhand, Bobrovsky makes the save. As jumping in the play was Justin Schultz. Second line out there now for the Oilers. Hemsky, Gagne, and Magnus P.R.V. Justin Schultz goes up the middle for Gagne. Sam Gagne surrounded by white shirts. Wants to get that puck in deep. P.R.V. in support. Gagne with a nice hit as he knocked down the veteran Adrian Coyne.
Coyne didn't like that too much. A little bit of a forearm to the back of the Coyne by Gagne. And he goes a little awkward into the boards. Has some words with the referee skating back to the bench.
The captain, Sean Horkoff, out there now with Ryan Jones and Nail Yakupov. Bobrovsky can't control it. It's up there by playoffs. For the second year in a row. Outlet pass to Jared Cole. Too far for him. Ryan Whitney's got it. He is paired with Corey Potter. Potter throws it up the ice. The race is on. Yakupov is going to get there first. He hoped, but he didn't. And getting there in time was James Wisniewski. Let's take a look. Can't control it. Picked up there by Fenner too. The pass to Jared Cole. Too far for him. Ryan Whitney shots. He is paired with Corey Potter. What a goal! What a first goal for the Bucks and Sam Gagne. 1-0. Let's take a look now at the keys to the game, brought to you as always by the 2013 Ford Super Duty. It's built for tough.
Welcome for the Columbus Bluejackets. They scored 5 goals in their last 10 games. They need to get that going if they want to be effective and get into the playoffs. If the Oilers pull the trigger, 10 games, they need to get that going if they want to be effective and get into the playoffs. If the Oilers pull the trigger, you saw that early shot by Atkinson. Pete, how do you do? The special teams only 2 power play goals against in the last 7 games.
Well, James, he didn't, and the race is on. Yakupov is going to get there first. He hoped, but he didn't, and getting there in time was James Wisniewski. Let's take a look now at the keys to the game, brought to you, as always, by the 2013 Ford Super Duty. It's built for tough.
Well, Kevin, for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the special teams only 2 power play goals against in the last 7 games played. So the penalty killing has been good, but only 4 power play goals in their last 10 games. They need to get that going if they want to be effective and get into the playoffs. And for the Oilers, pull the trigger. You saw that early shot. Get that going if they want to be effective and get into the playoffs. And for the Oilers, pull the trigger. Edmonton's going to follow that up.
And this line continues to put pressure on. And Atkinson let the shot go. Heavy Bullen to the corners behind him. It is Calvert, Atkinson, and Arnold Eastman providing the problems now. Trent with a shot. Heavy Bullen the same. Struggles the rebound. Picked up there by Whitney, and he will clear it down the ice. Ryan Smith, Mike Brown, and Leonard Petrell get their first shift of the hockey game. Heavy Bullen shoots it on the boards. He put it by Petrell, and it came right to a point. Second defenseman tonight for the Columbus Blue Jackets. The addition of James Wisniewski. Back in the lineup, he had a broken foot, missed 14 games. Let's take a look at those starting lineups, brought to you by Boston Pizza, your hockey headquarters destination.
Yeah, as you mentioned, for the Columbus Blue Jackets, a couple.
The addition of James Wisniewski. Back in the lineup, he had a broken foot, missed 14 games. Let's take a look at those starting lineups, brought to you by Boston Pizza, your hockey headquarters destination.
Yeah, as you mentioned, for the Columbus Blue Jackets, a couple of insertions as Eriksson steps back in. Wisniewski, as you said, after the last 14 games missed with that foot injury, is back in the lineup. Foligno and Gillies out for head coach Todd Richards tonight, and for Edmonton, the same mix of characters that were in the game Tuesday night in that win versus St. Louis.
Unlike your boys, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
And the other thing may be Adrian Aucoin is not 100%. Bumps and bruises, so they got a little insurance with that 7 defenseman. R.J. Umberger is out there with Ryan Johansson and Sean Collins. Sean Collins, the youngster, called on March 23rd for the 2nd time this season. Sean Collins did not lesson against Vancouver. Justin Schultz is going to chase it back down into his own zone. Touch the puck. They get a nice ball.
And Kevin, obviously not to start the Ralph Kruger would like against the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight. One of the things he said today was that the Columbus Blue Jackets, in their opinion, is the hardest working team in the National Hockey League. When you look at the record that they've had, they understand the Edmonton Oilers going up against Todd Richards and his crew, that th're going to have to outwork the opponent, which won't be an easy task. And now down 1-0, it just gets that much harder.
This team, the Columbus Blue Jackets, 8-1-4 in the month of March. Their only regulation loss was in Nashville, but that doesn't really matter because they always lose in Nashville. That's just one of those teams that they have.
To that first one, Pete is very aggressive and hard against Edmonton. We've seen it early on already in this one here.
You know, they don't score many goals. They don't score many goals on the road. Just their 23rd goal on the road in 15 games. Bullen will get it to Nick Schultz, trying to get it by Vinny Quasco. Broussard in there as well. Elk Point native Mark Letestu is also on that line as the top line for the Oilers can only be effective when they're in the other end, but Quasco just won't let them get the puck. Nick Schultz, Quasco lays it behind the net. There's Broussard in a one-on-one battle with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Broussard in the corner. Nugent-Hopkins spins him around. Letestu will get it to Quasco. Tough sledding here. Behind the net, Letestu being watched by Nick Schultz. Letestu leaves it there for Vinny Quasco. Quasco to the middle. Wisniewski with it now. Little saucer pass intended for Letestu and hop right to Heavy Bullen.
Stick with the save.
Blue Jackets with 7 shots so far. The Oilers with just 1 registered on Sergei Bobrovsky. Back is Bjarmy now. Moving in. Bjarmy trying to make a move around Dalton Prout. Won that battle. Got the puck to Atkinson. Atkinson pass for Calvert didn't work. Swept that by Sam Gagner. Puts the puck in deep. It's picked up now by Messina Nikitin. They'll give it to Prout. Prout The pass for Atkinson, he was checked there by Whitney. Back to pick it up is Corey Hunter to play it off the boards and get it to Hemsky. Ales Hemsky trying to center it. The puck squirts free. Artem Anisimov to Calvert to Atkinson. Atkinson, wrist shot, glove save. Abby Bullen, he'll hang on.
This is game.
Comes along the boards, and Ryan Jones is there, and he sends it down the ice. So race for it again. Yakupov, this time against Eriksson, and he keeps it alive. So good hustle there by Nail Yakupov. Wasn't successful the first time in negating the icing. Was the second time. Into the corner it goes, and there is the captain Workoff, sends it around the boards. It's picked off. Schmid and Petrie, the blue liners, as Jared Bull, McKenzie, and Umberger are up front. Eric McKenzie. Kept in by Eriksson, throws it towards the net. Umberger providing the screen in front. And Schmid trying to clear him away. McKenzie with a shot. That gets deflected wide. Jack Johnson buzzing down low. Umberger tries to wrap around and goes right through the blue paint. Schmid wants to relieve the pressure and does. Louis, we were told that the Rexall place actually has some dips in it. And I wonder if we're seeing that here in the first period.
Over the years, it's certainly slanted to our right towards Nikolai Happy-Bullen. He just saved his 9th shot of the period and only 1 shot on net so far for the Cal to pick that end up.
Tell us, Oilers hockey right here on Sports.
Taylor Hall, like many of the Edmonton Oilers this morning in the dressing room, were talking about the fact that just down the road, Jerome McGinley was dealt on the part of the Calgary Flames. Growing up in Calgary for Taylor, Jerome was his favorite player, and the fact that McGinley was traded had the Oilers number 4 thinking about potentially being moved.
I hope I don't get traded anytime soon. I really like it here.
Well, I think he's safe, guys. If he ever did, everyone would be saying, what the hell's going on?
Hello. And the Calgary Flames are here on Monday, and that's going to be a little bit strange, Lou, not to see number 12 up there. Calgary Flames are here on Monday, and that's going to be a little bit strange, Lou, not to see number 12 up there. Jerome McGinley.
There will be no question about it. Obviously, the heart and soul and face of the franchise for so many years, 16 years in the National Hockey League, all with one organization, ever since coming over from the Dallas Stars, where he never played a game for. But you know what? You think of Calgary, that's who you think of. Is Mike Brown throws a big hit down there in the corner. He'll be missed by Calgary. No question about that.
Fourth line trying to get something started here. Petrell charging the net. He threw a hit along with Mike Brown. And the test tube dumps it down the ice. That line's going to head off. Get a big ovation here from the folks at Rexall Place. They appreciate that hard work. Hall brings it in. Hall, wrist shot, and that one doesn't get through as Trout blocked it. Hall gets the puck right back again. Hall plays it back to the point. Hunter with a one-time blast. That goes wide. Ryan Whitney waiting for it near side. Behind the net, Hall's got it. This line's starting to buzz. Johansson. Pocket did Ryan Nugent Hopkins, but carrying on is Nikita Nikitin. Plays to Karam and went right to Harry Bullen. Comes out to Hall. Couldn't get it by Nikitin, but carrying on. Nugent Hopkins. Here comes Nugent Hopkins. Stop, drop pass. Whitney dancing in. Stop by Bobrovsky. And back the other way. Jack Johnson stopped. Here we go, end to end. Hall sees it there. Hemsky carries on. Oilers make a change. Calvert brings it back for Columbus. Calvert moving in with Atkinson. He'll play it behind the net. Waiting for it is Petrie against Atkinson. They come together. Artem Anisimov, his backhand, blocked by Schmid. Atkinson moving in, still has it, now stripped of the puck. Magnus Tiarvi at center. Lost the handle, Adrian Aucoin, quick pass to Calvert. At Calvert moving in with Atkinson. Atkinson trying to get the pass, it was broken up before it got there, but Anisimov carries on. He is checked by Tiarvi. And here comes Sam Gagner. He's got Hemsky with him. Crisscross inside the blue line. Gagner curves, he'll go cross ice. Petrie walks in. Gets around Calvert. Petrie still has it. Now he has to deal with Jack Johnson. Petrie plays it back to the point. Schmid waiting for it. Fires a shot towards the net. That one deflected wide. Gagner covering up on the blue line on the near side. 10:55 to go here in the first period. Columbus got a goal by Cam Atkinson. Has the lead. Petrie shot. Blockered away by Bobrovsky. Derek McKenzie avoids the big hit from Nail Yakupov. Yakupov has it go by him. Vinny Klosspool's got it now. Klosspool cross-ice feed. Feder-Tooten. Flat pass. He was trying to get it to Buckle. Buckle to the middle. Atkinson, or that is McKenzie's shot. That was blocked. Furious pace in this first period. Nick Schultz with the puck now. He'll play it to Horkoff. Horkoff with Jones flying the zone. Yakupov has the puck. Here's Yakupov. Fires a shot, and that one goes wide. Buckle chops that puck out to center. Whitney with it now. Shot clock starting to settle down in terms of the Oilers. It is 9-4 now as Ryan Smith dishes off.
Much better transition for the last 3 minutes here for the Edmonton Oilers. All over it. Good quick transitions from defense to offense. They're attacking with speed. They caught the Columbus Blue Jackets a couple times in line changes. Weren't able to capitalize, but you like to see them driving wide, getting pucks to the net. Bobrovsky had to come up with a couple big saves.
R.J. Umberger moving in now. Umberger shot it. Abby Bullen got a glove on that. Mike Brown on the far side against Ryan Johansson. Abby Bullen slows it up. He'll give it to Potter. Quickly to Whitney. To the middle to Smith. Smith, Petrell, and Brown. Smith will backhand that in. It bounces right on to Sergei Bobrovsky. And he will hang on to it. Ryan Whitney. And a great feed from Nugent Hopkins. Stopped by Bobrovsky.
It's time now to play the tell-us game of Fan Right, Fan Wrong Trivia. What year was the Oilers' inaugural NHL season? Was it 1960, 1970, 1971, or 1979? Enter for your chance to win an Optic TV and Samsung prize package valued at $13,000 or tickets to an upcoming Oilers home game. All you have to do is text Oilers to 333-777 or visit TELUS.com/hockey. For every completed entry, TELUS will donate $1 to Heroes Hockey, helping at-risk youth play Canada's game.
Talked about a home game, Gene. The start of a 3-game homestand for the Edmonton Oilers. They will play Vancouver on Saturday, and as you mentioned, Calgary's here on Monday. On that Monday game, we'll have for you on Sportsnet. 9:15 left to go in this first period. The Jackets with a 1-0 lead. Nugent Hopkins to Hall. Hall across the ice for Eberle. Was broke up by Vinny Prospel. Prospel, and that is taken away from him by Nugent Hopkins. Here is Hall, toe drag, trying to get the shot away. And it was Dalton Cloud who stole the puck and then knocked him down. Brassard. Letestu just inside the blue line. The Prospel, but there was Ladislav Sneed. Brassard. Letestu. He's under pressure from Jeff Petrie. Petrie. Pass to Hall. Hall wasn't ready for it. And back to get it is James Wisniewski, and that's going to be icing. Talking about the Oilers' schedule, here's what's left, including 10 games at home.
Yeah, as you mentioned, a lot of home games here for Edmonton down the stretch is a very good thing, and obviously not the record they want to have thus far in the season. Only 5 home wins for the Edmonton Oilers, but the ball's in their court, and that's, exactly how Ralph Krueger looks at it down the stretch. If they can stay in that mix on home ice, they get a chance to get in there, and it's going to take some work, some doing. But you'd rather do it in your home ice than you would in the road. There's no question about that.
Their next 4 games are against either Calgary or Vancouver. They got home and home against Calgary, and then they meet with Vancouver on Saturday, and then they'll go to Vancouver to start a road trip that includes L.A. and Anaheim. Artem Anisimov being watched by Justin Schultz. Hensky gets it. He is checked by Feder-Tooten. Here's Atkinson. Quick pass. Anisimov gets it back. Cross ice. Quick feed. Quick goal. And it's Matt Calvert. So that line strikes again. Matt Calvert gets his 5th goal of the season. Feder-Tooten. Here's Atkinson. Quick pass. Anisimov gets it back. Cross ice. Quick feed. Quick goal. And it's Matt Calvert. So that line. Feder-Tooten. Here's Atkinson. Quick pass. Anisimov gets it back. Cross ice. Quick feed. Quick goal. And it's Matt. He is checked by Feder-Tooten. Here's Atkinson. Quick pass. Anisimov gets it back. Cross ice. Quick feed. Quick. He gets it. He is checked by Feder-Tooten. Here's Atkinson. Quick pass. Anisimov gets it back. Cross ice. Quick feed. For game. Calvert lays it along the board. The Blue Jackets making a change. Yakupov with it now. Yakupov. Speeds in the corner. Lost it. Jared Bowl sent it slowly down the ice. But not slowly enough as Corey Potter touches it and we get an icing call. But not slowly enough as Corey Potter touches it, and we get an icing call.
And R.J. Umberger wondering what happened here as this puck, the watch just comes up. As far as the stick of Yakupov as he was bracing himself to take that hit. Comes up and catches him right in the nose area. So no penalty on the play because it happened so fast everybody converged through. But for R.J. Umberger, no penalty on the play because it happened so fast everybody converged through. But for R.J. Umberger, getting looked at right there on the bench.
It's a team without Brandon Dubinsky. He has missed the last 3 with a knee injury. Not on the trip that will continue into Calgary on Friday. Not on the trip that will continue into Calgary on Friday. At 8-4, Jordan Everly from the corner. He'll play it back to the point. Give and go with Jeff Petrie. Hall behind the net now. Hall being watched by Johnson. Plays it back to Petrie. Petrie stops that shot, and that one goes just wide. Sean Collins pushes it out to center. Checked by Petrie. Turning now. Nugent Hopkins to Everly. Quickly to Hall. Hall avoids the hit from Erickson. Hall driving from the net. Takes the shot. Deflected over top. Hall gets the puck back to Schultz. Nick Schultz will give it to Everly. Everly moves to the middle. Got surrounded. Stripped to the puck and away comes Letestu. Quickly to Brassard. Brassard with Russell driving the net. Rebound in front. Letestu jamming away. Andy Boulin shuts the door. Russell. And they keep it in for a while. Then Nugent Hopkins at the end of the shift will give it to Leonard Petrell. He's going to head off. Ryan Smith will join that fourth line. Just over 6 minutes to go in the first period. Shots are 11-5 in favor of the Columbus Blue Jackets, who have struggled mightily when they come to Northern Alberta. They have won just 2 of their last 10 visits. The Oilers on a 4-game winning streak against this Columbus team here at Rexall. They're down by a pair against this Columbus. Artem Anisimov moving in, trying to get it back to Matt Calvert. He was checked by Potter. Anisimov centers it, and there is Leonard Petrell to take it away. Petrell. Potter. Now to Smith. Ryan Smith is the fourth line for the Columbus Blue Jackets, joins the fray. Just as the fourth line of the Edmonton Oilers gets off the ice. The second line out there now. Sam Gagner, 12 goals. No longer the points leader. That is Taylor Hall with 30. Gagner's got a dozen goals. Chipped by Piarvi. Couldn't get it by James Wisniewski. Wisniewski gets shot by Hemsky. Hemsky digs at it. Trying to get it to Gagner. That was broken up. Gagner turns. Let's a shot. Go Magnus. Piarvi scores. Couldn't get it by James Wisniewski. Wisniewski gets shot by Hemsky. Hemsky digs at it. Trying to get it to Gagner. That was broken up. Gagner turns. Let's a shot. Go Magnus. He digs at it. Trying to get it to Gagner. That was broken up. Gagner turns. Let's a shot. Go.
Puck hit. Just pick.
Horkoff's line trying to keep that momentum going. Horkoff's line trying to keep that momentum going. John Horkoff. Petrie steps into a shot. Jones the screen, but Rothsky the save. A coin knocked down Horkoff right in the blue paint. Petrie couldn't keep that puck in. The Oilers will retreat. Schmid will get it to Jones. Ryan Jones goes cross-ice to Yakupov. Yakupov to Petrie. Petrie trying to go up high. Fired it a little bit too high, and the puck ends up going up and out. Magnus Piarvi, 7 goals going up and out. Magnus Piarvi, 7 goals in the season. It's 2-1.
Oilers. Game 2.
Magnus Piarvi. A big welcome and thank you to everybody, the Canadian Forces watching us on television. Is when the Legostina 11-piece cookware set on the goal, his 7th of the season. Magnus Piarvi at 15:09. 3:55 to go in the first period. The Blue Jackets 11 shots, the Oilers 7. Nugent Hopkins, Everly, and Hall out there now. R.J. Umberger moving in with Sean Collins. Umberger stops up in the corner. Umberger takes a look, gets it down low. Ryan Johansson, checked by Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins gets the puck to Everly. Everly gets it to Hall. Hall with speed across the blue line. Taylor Hall going wide. Checked there by Nikita. Nikita goes down, hops right back up. Hall gives the puck to Nikita. Nikita checked by Everly, but he gets it to Dalton Price. Hart quickly to Umberger. Umberger goes cross ice. That pass was intended for Sean Collins. Too far for him, and it's going to be an icing call.
The breathing techniques will be the win.
And how come I'm the best at it?
The popular comedy Seed is part of Monday's Blockbuster Comedy Night on City, which is the #1 most watched night of the week.
Sam Gagner, Magnus Piarvi, Ales Hemsky out there. I gave an assist to Hemsky. He did not get one. It was Sam Gagner getting the only assist on that goal. That may change. Nikita given a bump, plays it off the boards and down into Oiler territory. Ryan Whitney earns in his own zone. 3 minutes to go in the period. Ales Hemsky goes down. And Artem Anisimov said, I had nothing to do with it. The referees beg to differ, including Kelly Sutherland.
I got to tell you, I don't think he touched him.
Well, he's going to the box.
I think that what happened was Ales Hemsky came with so much
Columbus penalty, number 42, 2 minutes for
He tried to get away from him.
No, YouTube.
And jumped over his stick is what he did. But I don't know if this really makes contact. I mean, I could see how the referee from the angle that he's at could think. But
Artem Anisimov couldn't believe that one. 17:03, the time of the trimming hill.
He was actually laughing as he came off the ice. He's like, are you kidding me? I'll take it.
Oilers did not get a power play opportunity in St. Louis on Tuesday. They'll get the first one of this hockey game here. And there you go. The 5th-ranked power play goes to... And there you go. The 5th-ranked power play goes to work. They've got 27 power play goals this season. Power play goal. That is tied for 4th in the playoffs.
The time 17 minutes, 3 seconds.
They have not scored a power play goal against the Columbus Bluejackets this season. The series that could change right here. Jordan Eberle didn't get that patented backhand away. Whitney at the point. Ryan Whitney. Down low quickly to Eberle. He'll give it to Gagner. Sam Gagner. Magnus Piarvi in the blue paint, getting hacked at by Sergei Bobrovsky. Gagner beats it up front for Eberle. Couldn't get the shot. Gagner will try from a sharp angle and went right through the blue paint. The Columbus Blue Jackets 14th best at penalty killing. Whitney takes the look. Just over a minute in the penalty to Artem Anisimov. Hall steps over the boards. Nugent Hopkins with it now, trying to get it to Hall. And Taylor Hall just a little bit anxious, trying to get his 3rd power play goal of the season. He was offside.
Here's a Hall. Look at the back as it was Gagner below the goal line. Just threads this one through. And if you look at the background there, a good stick defense by the forward collapsing down McKenzie to not allow that puck to get right to Jordan Eberle that was driving to the net. So it was hard to see from this angle, but it was a perfect stick check there by McKenzie that broke that up.
55 seconds left to go in the first power play of the game. Justin Schultz, the lone blue liner. He'll bring it across the line himself. Drop it back. Hemsky waiting for it there. Gives it back to Schultz. He is under pressure from Nikita Nikitin, and Albert sends it the rest of the way. That will chase Ales Hemsky back into his own zone. R.J. Umberger keeps an eye on him, but Hemsky's got speed. Here comes Ales Hemsky flying across the blue line. Hemsky cutting for the net. Ales Hemsky is stopped by Bobrovsky. Rebound for Horkoff, gets by it. Nikita Nikitin without his stick. Back to the point. Justin Schultz. Ales Hemsky. Hemsky back to Schultz. Schultz, wrist shot, and that one sails over top of the net. 18 seconds of power play time remaining. A point against Nugent Hopkins. Umberger against Hall. The puck comes free, and Atkinson sends it the length of the ice. Ales Hemsky with the afterburner. Once he drew a penalty, and the next time he got a good scoring chance. No shots for the Oilers on that one as the penalty is over. Needs him off out of the box. Oilers less than a minute to go in this first. Wisniewski. Backhanded in by Brown. He's going to race after it.
Maybe it wasn't a big shot. And look at his head up the whole time, and he knows the control.
It's with keep up with the
where you can be an option for a pass, but I like that from Hemsky when he takes it to the net. Not always looking to pass first. He has that speed. He used it there to drive it right to the post.
Ales Hemsky with 8 goals on the season. Eberle Magnus PRB. Sam Gagne. Sam Gagne stopped by Broussard. Winding down in the period. Here's PRB circling. Plays it off the glass. Back to touch it is Feder Tootin, and that's going to be icing.
Be able to. Good job there.
Johnson. There's a last shot by Atkinson. And Abby Bullen makes the save. The Blue Jackets with a 2-1 lead. Darren Millard will send it back to you guys and the pen. Jackets with a 2-1 lead. Darren Millard will send it back to you guys and the pen. A 2-1 lead.
Good news of the Oilers and some good news potentially for the Oil Kings if they are victorious.
Win this game. Leonard. Jordan Everly's got 10 goals on the year. Those guys
of the playoffs.
Trio.
And
Very much.
Mike Brown, Ryan
Underway in that line.
big part of a team. When the still guys start slow, those guys picked it up. Good work tonight by the fourth line.
Louis and Kevin to you.
All right, guys, thanks very much. Second period is underway. The second period is right there here. Rexall Place for Cam Atkinson. All right, guys, thanks very much. Second period is underway. And that line that scored is up there now. Quick shot right off the hop again for Cam Atkinson. Talk about a line feeling it. It's this up there now. Quick shot. Here for Cam. Yep, he is Hensky.
No idea.
Out in front, trying to get Justin Schultz going back door. Justin Schultz being blocked by Mark Letestu. Behind the net, Gagne. Sam Gagne plays it to the middle. It's picked up by Letestu. He'll give it to Collins, and Collins will get it out. What a start for the Oilers in this period. And Jones almost set up. Well, the first period scoring summary brought to you by Worley Parsons Ford. Now hiring trade loans. After visit WorleyParsons.com/careers and apply today. And there's what happened 10 seconds in, Louis. Now, Magnus PRB's goal, significant one, because Alex Hemsky gets a milestone assist.
Yeah, he does. It's 318th assist of his career, and it passes Ryan Smith and Yoler's all-time.
No idea.
And there's what happened 10 seconds in, Louis. Now, Magnus PRB's goal, significant one, because Alex Hemsky gets a milestone assist.
Yeah, he does. It's 318th assist of his career, and it passes Ryan Smith and Yoler's all-time list for 7th place now. And here's the tying goal by Jordan Eberle early in the second period. A much better start for Edmonton as he walks his way and tucks it home.
Eric Broussard with a puck down. Vinny Prosper. Here he's just there for Jared Bowl, but it's picked off before he can get to him. Justin Schultz and Louis. You know, fighters make fights. I think if the Oilers are happy with the pace right now, this more suited to their run-and-gun style. Yakubov trying to turn and get a shot away. In the playoff ball, Ron Richards wants his team playing this way for 60 minutes.
No, not at all. You know, I thought the latter half of that first period that you saw the pace pick up, and that's when Edmonton started to generate most of their chances. Quick transitions like that first pass there by Whitney, up the ice, attacking aggressively, pushing the Columbus Blue Jackets into the defensive zone. Because when Columbus has the opportunity to get pucks in and cycle, they're a very hard-working, good team down low, and they can control the pace.
Albert with the puck now. This has been the most dangerous line for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Artem Anisimov behind the net. Cutter watching him. Racing over is Atkinson. Cam Atkinson turns. Cam Atkinson moving in. Still hasn't taken a shot yet. Still has the puck. He'll play it back, and it got by Erickson. Louis, you know all that stuff you said about... Well, we'll get to that in a second as Calvert walks in. Calvert shot stopped by Abby Bullen.
Pro Hockey Life, the ultimate hockey megastore.
Our next score and win winner courtesy of the Way and Nabob Coffee is Rochelle Wilson of Edmonton, who has won the Universal Music CD prize pack, and that's on the goal by Jordan Eberle, 39 seconds into the period. 14-10, the shots on goal now, it was 12-8. 14-10, the shots on goal now, it was 12-8 after the first 20 minutes. Ryan Johansson against Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Eberle gets it to Hall. Hall punches that puck in. Sergei Bobrovsky stops it. He'll play it himself. Gets it by Nugent-Hopkins temporarily. And then Nugent-Hopkins with that quick stick, able to keep it in for the Oilers. Pardon, that's Sean Collins now with Johansson. Hall tracked him down. Eberle racing, gets the puck ahead of R.J. Umberger. Umberger gives it to Fedor Tutin. He'll play it to the corner, waiting for it there is Collins. Collins behind the net for Umberger. Umberger sweeps the puck towards the net, didn't make it through. Now, another opportunity deflected just wide. Collins now to Umberger. R.J. Umberger looking for Ryan Johansson. Jordan Eberle turns, takes the hit. Columbus Blue Jackets making a line change. Oilers want to make one too. Dalton Rout going up the middle. Pass picked off there by Magnus Pjarvi. Pjarvi has to wait for Gagne to clear the zone. Gagne looking for Hemsky. Too far for him. Pjarvi first on it. Gets it to Hemsky. Hemsky. Brings it to the near side. Sam Gagne has it now. Gagne goes behind the net. Here's Alex Hemsky. Pjarvi's out in front. Gagne with the puck out. Leave it all the way across. Tony Hopkins back to the full step in though. And Oilers applying pressure with their second line. Gagne gets it to Hemsky. Alex Hemsky. He gets tied up by James Wisniewski. Puck comes free from Pjarvi. Turns. His shot is blocked by Lecastro. Good job to keep it in from Ladislav Schmid. Hemsky again circling the net. Alex Hemsky. Back to the point it comes. Petrie fans on the shot. Gets it again. Jeff Petrie still has it. Now he'll play it off the end boards for Hemsky. Hemsky. But Pjarvi in front. Jeff Petrie with it now. Steps into a slap shot. Hand save by Sergei Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky has seen enough. He will cover up and get the whistle. And the fans appreciate the effort of the second line.
Nope.
Appreciate the effort of the second line.
That sounded loud.
Excellent shift in the offensive zone by this line. Good cycle down low. And a couple of real good second efforts to keep pucks alive in the battle. And for Bobrovsky, he said, I've seen enough here. I'm not going to let this continue to go on. And he probably could have just played this puck, but he decides to cover it up and get a whistle and get some fresh bodies on the ice.
Right off the faceoff, the puck comes to him, and he'll cover it up again. Sergei Bobrovsky has been the
He says, they did not lose a regulation.
And he got to win in the lead in that game, March 5th. In Columbus, a 4-3 shootout win for the Blue Jackets. This is the rubber match of the three-game series.
Yeah, that was kind of the starting point for the Blue Jackets turnaround, in my opinion. They really kind of seemed to solidify after that game. As you mentioned, he came in early in the second period, did not let in a goal for the remaining 39 minutes of that game, and then stopped all shootout shooters for Edmonton to win that game in the shootout. They're not going on. They went on a tear.
Regulation losses since February the 24th. One of them to Nashville, the other one to Chicago. Nikita takes a big hit there from Leonard Petrell. Brown gives him a bump as well. Nikita. Tim Erickson to the middle to Anisimov. Anisimov can't get by Justin Schultz. Back the other way comes Brown. Brown to the opposite corner. Leonard Petrell against Nikita. Behind the net for Brown. He gets tied up there by Tim Erickson. Petrie keeps it in. Jeff Petrie behind the net. Another hard-working shift for this fourth line is Schmid trying to get it to Ryan Smith. Cut off there by Nikitin. He pushes it to Anisimov. Takes a bump from Brown. And the Columbus Blue Jackets have to battle just to get the puck out of their own zone. Brown tips it in and then heads off. That allows Ralph Kruger to get that top line right back out there. Collins will tip it in. He'll go after it against Jeff Petrie. Sean Collins gets there first, playing in his third National Hockey League game with number 43. Back to the point. Wisniewski. Didn't get it through. Follows up. James Wisniewski with it now. Wisniewski trying to get by Schmid. Plays it out in front. The puck sitting there. Now it's the opposite corner. Paul. Nugent-Hopkins. Joining the rush is Petrie. Jeff Petrie. Around the boards it goes. Waiting for it there is Hall. Taylor Hall. Trying to get a shot. He'll instead give it to Potter down low. Potter for Eberle. Eberle Nugent Hopkins, Umberger. Chipped at it against him. Everly with the puck now. Everly through. Here's an opportunity. Back to the point. Potter steps into a shot. Big save. Backhand chance. That was blocked before it could get through. Oilers keeping the pressure on. Everly gets a high stick. Penalty coming. And the Oilers will get their second power play. Collins headed. All action. All energy. Everly draws the penalty. Collins headed to the box.
Trail the series.
Everly draws the penalty. Collins headed to the box.
Replays and live shots from our net cams are brought to you by LASIK MD, providing you with a 20/20 view of all the action. And the view of the action right now for Sean Collins, not so great. Not normally used to being in a spot like this. Because when he went to school, he went to Cornell, an Ivy League school where academics are very important. And when he played for Cornell University, he got his degree in finance, 3.8 GPA, best on the team. My most impressive course he was in was derivatives and risk management. I don't believe I took that course.
Yeah, you were away on sign-up day, I think. The Oilers' second power play, they got one shot. The last time they had the man advantage. Power play looking for its first goal against Columbus. They are 0 for 8 so far as Taylor Hall winds up. Here comes Hall against Adrian Aucoin. He gets stopped, but carrying on is Justin Schultz. Justin Schultz circles the net. Schultz gets it to Hall on the near side. Hall to the corner goes. Aucoin battling with...
No item in deep. Play to the... Pause. Seat slider at 44 minutes.
Power play looking for its first goal against Columbus. They are 0 for 8. Barkov. Aucoin bounces that puck toward the blue line. Justin Schultz keeps it in. Digs to empty. Cross ice. Nugent Hopkins will pick it up. Settle it down on the half wall. Nugent Hopkins to the corner. That is picked off by the veteran Aucoin. He plays it along the wall. Nikita trying to get it out. Can't get it by Nugent Hopkins. He goes down. Then Hall goes down. Barkov gets shoved to the ice. It's a battle in the trench on the near wall. Justin Schultz with it now. He'll go cross ice. Get it right back again. Here's Hall. Taylor Hall with a wrist shot through traffic, and that was deflected wide. And Avery
City Sportsman West Tottenham.
Now he'll go cross ice. Get it right back again. Here's Hall. Taylor Hall with a wrist shot through traffic, and that was deflected wide. And Adrian Aucoin in front. Gene all over the captain.
Well, lots of soccer to tell you about. 3 matches at 8:30 a.m. Mountain this Saturday morning. Newcastle and Manchester City. Sportsnet West. Tottenham takes on Swansea City on Sportsnet 1. Reading plays Arsenal on Sportsnet World. Then at 11 a.m. Mountain on Sportsnet 1. Stoke City meets Everton. And in MLS action, the Whitecaps head to LA to take on Chivas USA at 8:30 p.m. Mountain. Saturday evening on Sportsnet 1. My day and evening are planned.
Take a breath, Gene. 46 seconds left to go on the penalty to Sean Collins. I guess he's one of those guys go, hey, smart guy. He goes, yeah, I am. Whitney back to pick it up. And Whitney, lone defender on this power play that has 30 seconds left in it. Van Vanier going in against Jack Johnson. Back to the point. Whitney is there. He's got Yakupov. Dale Yakupov goes cross ice. Gagne down low. Angus Giardi's in front. Everly couldn't get it to him, and now 15 seconds to go. Abby Bullen will leave it there for Whitney. A chance for one last rush with a man advantage. Halbert and Atkinson on the penalty kill along with Jack Johnson and Peter Toot. Jordan Everly moving in. Everly lost it at the last second. A bouncing puck swung at, and right out of the penalty box comes Collins, and he's got it now. Collins holds up. Whitney trying to clear it. Oilers want to get a change. Sent down into Oilers territory and then out of play. Telus Oilers hockey from Rexall Place. 2-2 tie. 1-0 lead.
Safeway's featured participating product for tonight's hockey game is Nabob Coffee.
No item in view.
Meanwhile, Oiler fans, it's your last chance to decide which minor hockey teams get to train like the pros with the 4 Drills and Skills contest. Go to 4drillsandskills.ca to see which teams made it through to the final round and cast your vote for the winners. Voting closes on Saturday.
Oilers out shooting Columbus 5-2 in this second period. Mike Brown and Jared Bowl are going to square up. Louis, you saw this. And there's the goal. Jared Bowl by Matt Calvert. Brown ties the game at one. Bowl tries. Brown connects. Columbus tied it.
And these two guys have shots in
the playoffs.
And Brown was bleeding pretty good coming off the ice from the forehead area, I think. So a good shot landed by Bull. He landed a couple early real good shots on Bull. The bigger guy, longer arms, tried to stretch Brown out, but those rapid fists coming his way. A good tilt. Both guys getting their licks in, that's for sure.
A much longer fight.
A good tilt. Both guys getting their licks in, that's for sure.
A much longer bleeding. But now Brown is going to have to go and get some repairs, as Louis mentioned, and you saw it was bleeding.
Getting a pretty good ovation here from the Edmonton crowd as well. They love the way he's played here at Edmonton. Come in with a lot of energy, physicality. His 10th fighting major of the year, tied with the guy that he just fought, Jared Bowl, as you mentioned earlier, Kevin. So a real good spirited tilt there. That's what you're doing.
Well, that one play, Doctor.
Pretty hard to tell first take. I want to see the both guys get their shots in. I think that obviously Bull got a good one in that cut Brown, but he also got a few in there that stumbled Bull early on. So I call it a draw in the beach right now.
It's a draw. We'll see what that does to either team in terms of life. The Oilers with some pressure now. And it's coming from Ryan Jones out there on that line in place of Mike Brown with Petrell and Smith. A bouncing puck. Put away by Tim Erickson. Everly on the ice, just to Schultz with a puck, fires it towards the net, doesn't get through. Brassard's got it. Stretch pass for Crossbow. He didn't get to it. Tim Erickson gets it back to center. Flipped in by Derek Brassard. That line wants to change. Justin Schultz is going to go back and pick it up. Top line on the ice for the Oilers right now. They are responsible for the tying goal. Paul trying to fight his way through Adrian and Point. Gets it to Everly. Everly lays it back to the point, but it gets by Corey Potter. The race is on now. Ryan Whitney has the angle on Cam Atkinson. He'll play it off the board for Hall. Quick pass up for Everly. Jordan Everly moving in with Nugent Hopkins. But both Johnson and Calvert converge, and now a coin behind the net has tied up Everly. Calvert gets it to Atkinson. Atkinson to Anisimov. Artem Anisimov with Jack Johnson. Pass just out of his reach as Potter took care of Anisimov. Back the other way we go. Straight pass for Jordan Everly. That one just missed.
Perfectly. Hockey Central Trade Deadline is presented by Coors Light. Sportsnet will have full-day coverage next Wednesday, April 3rd, tracking every team on TV, radio, online, and mobile. Stay in the know on every trade, any way, anywhere, anytime.
And for the second straight year, the Oilers will be on the road in a Canadian city. They'll be in Calgary on trade deadline day. We're in Winnipeg last trade deadline day. 2-2 to score, 7:45 to go in the second period. Bluejackets with 14 shots, the Oilers with 13, the only goal in this period. Off the stick of Jordan Everly. Alashevsky. To Gagne. Gagne to Viardi. Viardi going in against James Wisniewski. Wisniewski takes him into the boards. Wisniewski missed the last 14 with a broken foot. R.J. Umberger. Vinny Pottsville getting there ahead of Petrie. Turns as Petrie stays calm. The puck comes around the near side. Viardi. Quick little pass to Alashevsky. Hemsky. Across the blue line. Alashevsky stops up. Cross-ice pass was picked off by Letestu. But Gagne manages to keep it in. In there in support. Gagne gets it to him. Alashevsky back to Gagne. Sam Gagne. Drop pass for Justin Schultz, but he had Pottsville right in his face. Schultz to Schmid. Schmid will play it off the boards, and that one goes out of play.
Oh, nice play there by Vinny Prospero. And I don't know.
No item indeed. No.
Schultz to Schmid. Schmid will play it off the boards, and that one goes out of play.
Oh, nice play there by Vinny Prospero. And I don't know. I've never really liked the drop pass right at the blue line when you have a guy right on you. He's 4 feet away, and Prospero did a good job there to get a stick on him. He gets by that defender. He's down. But you look at the numbers for Prospero with some pretty solid company right there. along the Chuck-born players in the National Hockey League. He's one of those guys that you and I always talk about, is just keeps plugging along, keeps doing Prospel did a good job there to get a stick on it. He gets by that defender, he's down, but you look at the numbers for Prospel with some pretty solid company right there along the Chuck-born players in the National Hockey League. He's one of those guys that you and I always talk about, is just keeps plugging along, keeps doing his thing. Gets great praise from Todd Richardson and how he approaches the game, how he comes to every practice, the positive energy that he brings to the table each and every day.
5-time 20-goal scorer, leads the team in goals and in points. But it is this line that has done the damage. Calvert, Atkinson, and Anisimov. And Calvert against Justin Schultz. Calvert comes out, takes a shot. Happy Golden takes it up high. Anisimov paddles at it, but Horkoff deflects it into the corner. Anisimov for Atkinson. Cam Atkinson trying to get away from Nick Schultz. Atkinson. Calvert out in front. Atkinson turns, lets the shot go. It's sitting in the blue paint. And Nikolai Habibullin reaches out and grabs it. Justin Schultz has been out there forever.
Yeah, that had a real speedy customer to try and deal with. Matt Calvert, a couple of real good little evasive moves on the spinoramas, and then Atkinson takes over, does exactly that. And this is the ground and pound down low. Just working your way to the front of that. Doesn't get all that, the wood that he wants in that first shot. It trickles through, but with all those bodies in front, this is the view from Nikolai Habibullin, what he has to try and find pucks through all these bodies. Look at this. And now he has to come up with a save. So that's why you go to the front of the net. Very difficult for a goaltender to see something, and he made a good save there.
Piari getting an opportunity on this board. Lets the shot go. It's sitting in the blue paint. And Habibullin reaches out and grabs it. Forever.
Yeah, that was a real speedy customer to try and deal with. Matt Calvert, a couple of real good little evasive moves.
He goes to the right side, gets a shot, nice save by Niemi, and Scott Gomez, good tic-tac-toe play.
Just working your way.
Gomez gets a chance and some nice puck movement entering the zone, so some chances early in the game.
Does exactly that. And this is the ground and first shot to try and find pucks through all these bodies. Look at this. And now he has to come up with a save. So that's why you go to the front of the net. Very difficult for a goaltender to see something, and he made a good save there.
Piari getting an opportunity on this fourth line now. Leonard Petrell and a shot that gets the flag wide. Behind the net. We'll get it to Petrell. Petrell back to the point. Corey Potter. He'll go cross-site for Ryan Whitney. Whitney off the board. Right to Smith. Backhand attempt. Crowd in front. A smart play by Ryan Whitney. He's laid it off those end boards, and Ryan Smith almost took advantage. Back the other way. Pass for Collins. He gets stuck. And a penalty coming up from Leonard Petrell. As he took those end boards. And a penalty coming up from Leonard Petrell. He took Sean Collins into the net. Trying to make it 2-1. Petrell headed to the penalty box. All kinds of action in this second period in front of Sergei Bobrovsky this time.
Leonard Petrell in the penalty box, giving the team that drafted him a chance on the power play. Meanwhile, that team's coach is Todd Richardson. Like every NHL coach, watches a lot of game film, only he doesn't do it with the sound up. Instead, he prefers to listen to Neil Diamond. The music for Richards is soothing. He listens to it all the time, and ironically, he's always wearing the same thing because Richards is forever in blue jeans.
Louis, I think that's a shot at us. The sound down. Little Sweet Caroline. First power play for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
The
Oilers get enough ba-ba-bas. The worst power play goals on the road that is fewest in the National Hockey League. Umberger. He and Ryan Johansson, along with Jack Johnson, Artem Anisimov, and James Wisniewski. Ryan Smith and Sean Horkoff start this penalty kill along with Speed and Petrie. Wisniewski back into his own zone. Pass for Johansson. Too far for him. Petrie loses an edge. He's got a problem with his skate right now. He's going to have to work his way over. He stepped on that and went down, but he is safely off the ice. Nick Schultz and Corey Potter are out there now. Anisimov to the corner against Nick Schultz. Potter can't get it by Umberger, but now it slowly comes ahead. And here's an opportunity for Gagne. Gagne moving in with Jones again, looking for a second goal. Comes ahead. Corner. Bobrovsky back the other way. Can't get it by Umberger, but now it slowly comes ahead. And here's an opportunity for Gagne. Gagne moving in with Jones.
What a great save by Bobrovsky!
Bobrovsky back the other way. Gets by Umberger, and there is Potter. The Oilers with 4 short-handed away. Goals did
job by both Gagne. Real nice save by Bobrovsky on that shot by Jones.
Brassard across the blue line. Take a look. The Oilers are for their 5th short-handed goal of the year.
Well, right here, it's the play by Potter. You have to make sure it gets by that pinching player coming down the wall, and that's exactly what happens. Good read by Jones to go inside, let Gagne take the puck. And he gets a real nice pass through, and here's that last little fall down by Jeff Petrie. Look at the right skate. There's something coming down. It looks like it's the brace or a piece of tape that was wrapped around the ankle that came down. Act like a banana. Yeah, he went down pretty quick.
He's got all things up back out there. And there's 20 seconds left to go. Here comes Petrie. Jeff Petrie moving in. Petrie shot. High and wide. Jeff Petrie with 3 goals on the season.
So Jeff Petrie's been really active in this game tonight, though, jumping up into the play. He's had around 4 times where he's had that puck in that area. And he loves to shoot that puck high. Defender typically shoot low pucks. When he gets alone to goal, he's going front of the ball.
Cantrell is out of the penalty box. Stepping into a shot is Nikitin. That went off Eberle. Now it comes free. Leonard Petrell works his way out and gets it to Eberle. Eberle will backhand it in, bouncing back from the rest of the block. Will hold on to it with Eberle cruising by. No shots for Columbus on that power play.
Well, a lot of times when you have
no shots for Columbus on that power play.
Up that neutral zone. It's a defense with speed that can sometimes penetrate through. Jeff Petrie's had a few chances just like that coming up the ice, and a good thing that he got that tape taken care of a little earlier on, or else he wouldn't have had that opportunity. But it's always funny when a player doesn't know what's going on with their skate, too, and it's the weirdest feeling. You're like, I wonder if I don't have an edge, or what's happening?
Nugent Hopkins right in front, and Bobrovsky dives out. Hoovers it up.
Boy, he looked like he had a lot of time here with this puck in front of Bobrovsky, but it was bouncing a little bit as it comes through. The little jam through on the face-off. Good job by Eberle to kind of come through. And right here, he just tries to bring it from backhand to forehand. It does just bobble over top of it. Just can't get a handle on it. So usually Nugent Hopkins pretty effective at kicking that puck to his skate. Couldn't get that one to go.
Potter shot stopped by Calvert, and it got all the way through. Corey Potter back to get it. Nice little pass to Hall. Hall stopped by McKenzie. Letestu looking for Calvert. Broken up. Nugent Hopkins coming back. Almost gave it away to Mark Letestu, but he did get it to Corey Potter. Just over 2.5 minutes to go in the period. Hall looking for Whitney. That was broken up. Back up the Columbus Bluejackets. Mark Letestu steps into a slap shot. Happy Bullen the save, and the puck ends up in the net. Mark Letestu steps into a slap shot. Whitney, that was broken up, and back up the Columbus Bluejackets. Mark Letestu steps into a slap shot. Happy Bullen the save, and Devin Dubnyk the save. What a great job for Devin Dubnyk. Happy Bullen doing the stop.
It was small, but he might have kicked this one in, Kevin. I saw that. But it looks like they're going to call it a goal for sure as he was going down. It looks like he might have swung that leg, but a good shot catches Happy Bullen high, and as Calvert goes to the net, he just kind of, as he's falling, it goes off of his skate. So you tell me, is that a kicking motion or not? Definitely goes off of his foot into the net. It's going to be pretty hard to prove that he did that intentionally, but I don't know. You tell me, Kevin. It's a tough one.
He was knocked down as he drove the net by Nugent Hopkins.
Now, does it matter if it was an intentional or unintentional kicking motion? I think in this case, he was getting upended at the time, so in that process is when his skate hit that puck. But a good drive wide by Columbus, a good hard shot high that catches Happy Bullen in the shoulder. Matt Calvert's had a real solid game so far in this one here. He's been all over. He's been working hard. He scored a goal already. Has an assist. And looking to get his second goal and third point of the game.
And it was called a goal on the ice.
Yeah.
Rob Bartel is in conversation with Toronto as we take a look at the LASIK net cam. skill
Now,
when he was playing for
if
the
there was
London
nobody
Knights.
falling down, I wasn't doing anything else.
So take it off the board.
Right.
And it stays a 2-2 game.
And I think
Back at the War Room in Toronto. And it stays a 2-2 game.
I think maybe that little peek down by Calvert, if you watch the video, you see him look down. He knows where that puck is, so obviously he has that sense of where it is towards the net. And right there the whole time, till that point, he has the vision of the puck. That's a tough one for me, I'll tell you what.
No item in the
Big break for the Oilers right there.
See if they can take advantage of it. And Johansson. Gets checked by Hensky. Johansson gets up in the puck. Second goal. Back to Hensky. Couldn't get the shot away. Nikita picks it up in the corner. They'll play it along for Sean Collins. Johansson and Umberger, the forward line for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Ryan Johansson in the back line. That goes right through. Right with a shot that gets deflected wide. Big half by Ryan Johansson. Umberger can't keep it in. Opportunity for Magnus Piarvi on the far side. He'll drop it back instead to Nick Schultz. Schultz to Justin Schultz. Schultz will go right up the middle. Sam Gagner hand on that shot, and Nikitin gets it right out to Anisimov. Atkinson and Calvert 3-on-2. Oilers in a line change. There's a shot, and there's a goal. A water bottle shot. What a shot what a goal by Artem Anisimov. And Columbus stays the lead alive here in game 2. It's 2-1. So the Jackets do indeed take the lead at 3-2.
Well, I'll tell you, Anisimov, as you mentioned, annihilated the water bottle in this shot here and had a little too much time to wait by his time. And he does possess that great shot. So here's the play here. A failed puck in deep as people are going for a change. As a result, quick transition by Columbus. Nice hold up here by Anisimov. Looking for Calvert going to the net. He puts it up under the bar. Past Abby Bruin. So look. Bang. Takes the shot. A little fake look. Shot towards the short side, and he scores to make it 3-2.
His 9th goal of the season. And 3rd goal in his last 4 games. Gets his 7th goal in the playoff. His 18th shot for the Columbus Blue Jackets. 18:34 at the time of the goal. Nikita, the first guy not on that line to get a point in this game for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Back the other way. Here comes Ryan Jones. Jones moving in. Jones centering pass. Yakupov drop pass. What a goal! To get a point in this game for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Back the other way. Here comes Ryan Jones. Jones moving in. Jones centering pass. Nikita scores. 3-1 Columbus. And the Blue Jackets
plays in a great finish.
Extends the lead in game 2.
By Horkoff here again. Here it comes down the ice. Great job by Jones. Anticipation. He threads the needle through. Right to Yakupov. One think it's going to shoot for sure, but what does he do? Brings it to the backhand and finds the captain, Sean Horkoff. Sure, but what does he do? Brings it to the backhand and finds the captain, Sean Horkoff. Shoot for sure, but what does he do? Brings it to the backhand and finds the captain, Sean Horkoff, back to...
Gets his 6th goal of the season. Scored 2 goals. And Sean Horkoff gets his 6th goal of the season. And he gets his 3-1 lead after time.
This past Abby Bruin, so look, bang. Takes the shot, a little fake look. Shot towards the short side, he scores to make it 3-2.
His 9th goal of the season. And 3rd goal in his last 4 games. Shot for the Columbus Blue Jackets. 34 at the time of the goal. Nikita puck comes down for Edmonton. Second helper. Injury that is not over yet. Another back hit. Out there now with 27 seconds to go. The puck comes down the ice. Corey Potter takes a look. He's got some Calvert on him. He'll give a button hook for Everly to Whitney. Whitney, his shot, and that will miss the target. Jack Johnson ahead to Calvert. Calvert with Atkinson driving the net. Fires the shot. That was blocked. Got it again. Backhand right through. Right at the horn. What a period. We've got more prizes. Going to the Free Club Card Safeway. Raymond Cardes of Brantbury won the DVD prize pack from E1, courtesy of Safeway. Guys, after bedtime.
Second period in game 2.
Still interested in this one.
We have some out-of-town scores to bring you, Ellen. You produce plays like...
Way to end the last period and over from when you inches 30 on a 100. Okay, so there. Nice period. Coach folks want to hit. Game looks so easy. I'm impressed. That's Yakupov right there. Real.
Yakupov.
Interested to see him.
As we are set for this first period. Tied at 3. The Oilers have 1-1
to tie this series at 2 at 1
heading into the third.
Oilers playing the series at 1 game.
The middle, almost got to it, but Connor was there to push it away, and he'll get it to Atkinson. Atkinson, cross-line speed, and there's a great backtrack. Alashevsky against Artem Anisimov.
Great job again for Sam Gagner in the events here. A good chance.
7 seconds in. Anisimov steals it back. And Caramano scores!
29 seconds in.
7 seconds.
Caramano makes it. Columbus makes it 4-1 in game 2.
Into the period.
Well, what amazing tournament events here. A good chance on one end. Looks like it's going to be an opportunity for Sam Gagner in the high slot on this breakdown the other way. Alashevsky does a great job to get back, interfere. The steal by Anisimov shortly thereafter, and from a very similar position that Atkinson scored very early, 10 seconds in the first period. He gets his shot through a lot of bodies, and it finds its way through as Calvert gets knocked down off the stick, redirection, past Nikolai Habibulin, a tough one there, and a 4-3 lead for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
And we have got a goalie change as Nikolai Habibulin being replaced.
And redirection, past Nikolai Habibulin, a tough one there, and a 4-3 lead for the Columbus Blue Jackets. And a 4-3 lead for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
And we have got a goalie change as Nikolai Habibulin being replaced by Devin Dubnyk. And we wonder if Nikolai Habibulin has aggravated something. He is staying on the bench. Atkinson gets the goal from Anisimov at 27 seconds into the period. And a goalie change as Devin Dubnyk is in. And Devin Dubnyk made 39 saves in the game February the 10th in a 3-1 win. And now he goes to work in a relief role.
I would hope that's the reason he's getting pulled, because when the replay of that shot, for me, there's a lot of bodies in front. The puck changed direction, and it slips inside the post. I mean, he doesn't look too happy right now afterwards. Maybe this is just a spark by Ralph Kruger to get things going, but here it is here. He gets down, obviously redirected inside the post. Wasn't a whole lot of room for that puck to go through, but it's found its way. And maybe for Ralph Kruger just trying to find a spark here, wants the goalie to be a little bit better. Although I don't think they have the Bruins to blame for those. It's found its way. Redirected inside the post. Wasn't a whole lot of room for that puck to go through, but it's found its way. And maybe for Ralph Kruger just trying to find a spark here, wants the goalie to be a little bit better. Although I don't think they have the Bruins to blame for those two shots coming from that angle. I think they're both redirected last time.
1-0-1 is Devin Dubnyk this year. 5-3-2 in his career against the Columbus Blue Jackets. 4 goals on 78 shots, including a 39-save effort on February 10th. Dale Yakupov. He was the spark and the goal by Sean Horcock. Vinny Proskal back the other way. Proskal drop pass. Johnson steps into a shot. Big tap for Devin Dubnyk, and a great defensive play there by Magnus Piarvi to take away a rebound chance from Mark Letestu.
He took away a goal. That was a goal for sure by Letestu. Big save by Dubnyk on the blast by Johnson. He just teed it up, and Letestu on the doorstep had a wide open net, but it was Piarvi's stick that broke it up.
Back to the point it comes. Johnson, another shot. This one gets deflected high up into the netting. Our scoring summary is brought to you by Worley Parsons Ford. Now hiring trades in all country. Visit WorleyParsons.com/careers and apply today.
2 goals to start things off for Columbus. Then it's Magnus Bjarvi that cuts the lead in half at the 15:09 mark of the first period. In the second period, it was Jordan Eberle with a beauty of a goal, and Isamov gives them the lead once again. Then Horkoff late ties the game 3-3 in the third period, much like the first. It was an early goal by Columbus. It's given them the 4-3 lead now.
Atkinson and Anisimov each have 3 points. Mike Brown. And a bump there by McKenzie. Eric Cole on the ice as well. We've got an offside call right at the Cole on the ice as well. We've got an offside call right at the Mike Brown.
14 points, that's on top of the NHL scoring race. Here are the line combinations. No change on the big line. Then the second line, now with Gomez on that line instead of Havlat, who moves to the Hanzus-Wingels line. And a different look for the fourth line as well. We saw James Shepard out there with Desjardins and Burris. That means TJ...
steps in between the pipes in the game, and we've seen a lot of action around the goaltenders. Both of those guys had it going at Bobrovsky. You couldn't get a beating by him on Tuesday night. 7 goals between the 2 of them already. So it's amazing how this game changes in a hurry.
Now the St. Louis Blues were world beaters here on Saturday, beating the Oilers 3-0. They have now lost 3 games in a row. You're right. Bobrovsky and Abby Bullen stopped all 77 shots they faced in those games on Tuesday night. 7:17 left to go in this one. Between these 2 teams, Calvert and Anisimov and Atkinson are back on the ice. Calvert with the puck down. Calvert trying to feed it to the middle for Atkinson, who was broken up by Potter. Magnus Bjarvi comes in, gets by Nikita Nikitin. The one-foot Potter, the shot, he scores! Calvert with the puck down. Calvert trying to feed it to the middle for Atkinson, who was broken up by Potter. Magnus Bjarvi comes in, gets by Nikita Nikitin. Atkinson, who was broken up by Potter. Magnus Bjarvi comes in, gets by Nikita Nikitin. The one-foot Potter, the shot, he scores! For the ice. Calvert with the puck down. Calvert trying to feed it to the middle for Atkinson, who was broken up by Potter. Magnus Bjarvi. Goal is Elfers at 3 away from over. There Yakupov comes across the blue line. Yakupov drop pass, Horkoff backhand. Bobrovsky the save, and he'll hang on. Well, by swiping a free club card at Safeway, it's Sharon Hatfield of Edmonton swiping a free club card on behalf of Safeway and Nabob Coffees, won the men's Bulova chronograph watch. And that is courtesy of the goal by Corey Potter at 3:06 of this third period.
Yep, number 44 has made this game 4-4 with this blast from the blue line. Just tees it up on the one-time. Hemsky in front as a screen, and it gets by Bobrovsky.
Well, he thought he got the goal on that road trip, but it was given to Taylor Hall. He picked up an assist instead, so a couple of points in his last couple of games for Corey Potter. Nugent Hopkins gets stopped. Carrying on is Alex Hemsky. Hemsky, Nugent Hopkins, and Eberle out there now. Hemsky going after it. Around Jack Johnson. Hemsky hanging on to it, feeds it back to the point. Schmid over to Petrie. Petrie takes a look, deflected. Bobrovsky reaches out. The puck is still alive. And now it's covered up. And Alex Hemsky getting knocked over by Jack Johnson right into Sergei Bobrovsky.
Yeah, and for Alex Hemsky stepping out there with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Jordan Eberle, so a little shuffle of the lines here by Ralph Kruger as well. I love the traffic here all around. Bobrovsky and Johnson just kind of blasts Hemsky right into his own goaltender. As this one's redirected by Eberle, good hand-eye coordination to get that one through. And it sat around for a while. Good scramble in front by Bobrovsky to find it eventually and cover it up.
The energy line is on the ice right now, along with Whitney and the goal scorer, Corey Potter. Petrell just dumps it in. Alton Brown. Petrell with a nice hit on Tim Erickson. Calvert, Anisimov, and Atkinson. A forward line for the Columbus Bluejackets. And that is gloved ahead, and we've got a whistle.
Good backtrack.
You see video player group.
And that is gloved ahead, and we've got a whistle.
Good backtrack there by Mike Brown, and you heard Mark Spector talk about what he's done since he's come over to the Edmonton Oilers from the Toronto Maple Leafs. There's a lot of hype. A lot of his teammates sent messages saying how much they're going to miss this guy. Great team guy, does a little bit of everything. Obviously, he's tough. Obviously, he can fight, but it's his work ethic and what he brings to each and every shift. And right here, make sure he's that guy coming back on the play. It's a glove pass, but you love seeing that effort coming back into the play on that quick relay. It's a glove pass, but you love seeing that effort coming back into the play on that. And what he brings to each and every shift. And right here, make sure he's that guy coming back on the play. It's a glove pass, and you love seeing that effort coming back into the play on that quick relay.
McKenzie against Sam Gagné. On the near side, Magnus Bjarvi will pick it up. Magnus Bjarvi sends that puck down the ice.
Cheers for the home team from the home team. Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners. With expert advice.
Shop and swipe your club card at Safeway today, and you could be our next lucky winner. Watch future Sportsnet telecasts. You could win an all-inclusive trip for two to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, courtesy of redtag.ca.
You don't want to go anywhere with 14:54 left to go in this third period. Lipinski on the far side, pushes it back for Gagné. Gagné lost an edge. And the Oilers bounce that puck down the ice. That will allow them to get a change in. Yakupov, Jones, and Horkoff. A forward line right now. Puck sits at the side of the net. Umberger looking for it. And that one slides wide as Collins pushed it there. Umberger, Collins, and Johansson. Ryan Johansson against Nick Schultz. Lays it back to Fedor Tutin. Tutin and Wisniewski on the blue line. Comes around the boards for Umberger. He'll give it to Johansson. Ryan Johansson checked by Justin Schultz. Blue Jackets get a change in. Vinny Pascal on the ice now. Fedor Tutin gets the puck to him. Center to the ice. By Jones. He's got time to pass to Yakupov. Nail Yakupov down the right side. Fedor Tutin takes it over the boards with Wisniewski. The shot will go wide, let it go. And the Duke makes the save. There's the rebound to Yakupov. Nail Yakupov. Backtracked by Mark Letestu. Try to slap Schmid, steps up. Here comes Schmid. His shot from Ruski to save a big rebound. Flipped down the ice for Brassard. Derek Brassard. To Letestu. Mark Letestu fires a shot, and there, standing tall, Devin Dubnyk. McCoy trying to keep it in, can't do it, comes out to center, Jack Johnson. Quick pass to Brassard as the Columbus Blue Jackets make a change. Everly bounces it in. Johnson turns to get away from Nugent Hopkins. Up the middle comes Anisimov to Calvert. And offside is the call. Tell us Oilers hockey from Rexall Place right here on Sportsnet.
No item.
Right here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Tell us Oilers hockey from Rexall Place right here on Sportsnet.
Tell us game of fan right, fan wrong trivia. What year were the Oilers brought into the NHL? Was it 1960, 1970, 1971, or 1979? Enter for your chance to win an Optic TV and Samsung prize package valued at $13,000 or tickets to an upcoming Oilers home game. All you have to do is text Oilers to 333-777 or visit tellus.com/hockey.
Now, the Edmonton Oilers have been able to get all their lines out there, but the Columbus Blue Jackets look like they are going to ride this line. And you can't blame them with the way they produced Calvert, Anisimov, and Atkinson. Out there against the fourth line for the Oilers, Cottrell, Smith, and Brown. Ryan Smith with a puck down. Smith dumps it in. Brown trying to get to it. Brown gets there first, plays it to the corner. Nikita Nikitin, his defensive partner, starts away. Long pass for Artem Anisimov. Anisimov on the near side, throws it towards the net. Devin Dubnyk, calm save, calm cover, and gets the whistle.
Here is the basket of half-eaten zucchini sticks from the win known as Money Monday.
Get your game on with Pools.
Well, Devin Dilly stepped in there and done a real nice job after taking over for Nikolai Habibulin after that fourth goal went in for Columbus. And has had a couple little tricky ones come his way. Not always easy to jump into a game as late as he has. He's done well so far to hold his ground.
Jack Johnson shot goes wide. R.J. Umberger, Sean Collins, and Ryan Johansson, the forward line right now, up against the top line for the Oilers. Taylor Hall, 31 points on the season. He's got an assist tonight. He's got 5 points in his last 3 games, and he's got the puck with a head of steam. Hall fires the shot. That one gets deflected to the corner. Hall leads the team in shots on goal, closing in on 100. There's Schultz with a shot right through, but Bobrovsky the save. Everly on the far side. Jordan Everly, drop pass for Hall. Hall takes a look, still has it. Now a wrist shot that doesn't get through, and Columbus sends it down the ice. Nick Schultz will pick it up there. As that line is going to change up. The top line switches, and the second line hops over the boards. Hexke, Gagne, and Piyarvi. 11 minutes, 39 seconds left to go in regulation time. We're locked up at 4. The final meeting between these two teams.
Game 2. Stanley Cup first round series.
Trying to flip it in. Got to stick up on Broussard, and a penalty coming out. Is going to hit the penalty box. And we'll have to see if Broussard was given a cut or not.
Well, tell us, Flames hockey's on Sportsnet West tomorrow night. Calgary host, the Columbus Bluejackets. Back-to-back games for them, beginning at 6:30 p.m. Mountain with our pregame show. Then on Monday at 7 p.m. Mountain, tell us Oilers hockey features the Battle of Alberta on Sportsnet West as Calgary comes north to take on Edmonton right here at Rexall Place.
Against the Blue Jackets.
You're right, Kevin. It's Magnus Piyarvi going to the box right here as he plays this puck. Or tries to play this puck into the offensive zone. As he comes back down, he comes down a little bit too quickly and catches Broussard in the face area. No cut on the play, so only a 2-minute power play. Coming up here to the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Second power play of the game for them. Not generated a shot. The man advantage. Devin Dubnyk covers up, and Atkinson takes a whack at it, and Schmid takes accept. Devin Dubnyk covers up, and Atkinson takes a whack at it. And there it is. Takes accept. Devin Dubnyk.
These guys
19 saves here in game 2.
The Oilers' worst nightmare in this game here tonight. This line trio of Atkinson, Calvert, and Isamov has been in that mix as well. But especially Atkinson and Calvert, 2 speedy guys, work hard, and Isamov's so good defensively, 200 feet. He's a big body. They've been all over it to start this power play.
They produced 8 points in this game. Only Nikita Nikitin, who's got his name on the score sheet, other than those guys. Atkinson back to get it. And Petrell up front on this penalty kill. Schmid and Petrie off the blue line. Minute next to go to the penalty. With the back to Piyarvi. Takes that puck, fires it down the ice. 4 French bodies over the ice for the Edmonton Oilers. Petrell with Gagne. Nick Schultz and Corey Potter. Jack Johnson gains the zone. Here's Johnson. Centering pass. Right out in front, and it's down the ice by Petrell. The Oilers, 13th best on the penalty kill at home, but overall a top 10 team in both penalty kill and power play. The 9th best in the penalty kill. R.J. Umberger behind the net. Umberger back to the point. Better Tooten waiting for it there. Better Tooten will give it back. John Berger gets a little help now from Broussard. Jack Johnson being hounded there by Gagne. Lays it back to Ryan Johansson, who went off his stick. And the Columbus Blue Jackets will have to regroup. Allow the Oilers to get some fresh bodies up there with 34 seconds of power play time remaining. Schultz hammers it around the boards. Broussard looks for it. And jumping on it is Nick Schultz, and he sends it the rest of the way. Better Tooten will give it to Nikita Nikitin. Nikitin decides to keep it himself. Better Tooten breaks on place. Kept that puck in. 5 seconds to go. The goal is by him. Steve gets to it. Gets the penalty over. Magnus Piyarvi out of the box. And 9:17 to go in regulation time. Tell us, Oilers hockey.
Game 2
to go in regulation
Cup
time.
quarterfinal.
Tell us, Oilers hockey here
look for
on Sportsnet.
2-0 series lead.
to Philadelphia tomorrow night as Toronto takes on the Phillies. 5 p.m. Mountain on Sportsnet Pacific East and Ontario. Meanwhile, the Edmonton Oilers are expanding their social media network. See, she doesn't even need to listen to me. She's doing it right there. Be the first to get exclusive behind-the-scenes photos and videos by following Edmonton Oilers on Instagram and Vine.
I know, Louie, you always are posting those pics on Instagram. What's mine? We got to ask JoJo.
4-1 our score.
Just over 9 minutes to go in the third period. 9 minutes to go in the in front. Matt Calvert is there. Atkinson dumps it in. Justin Schultz. And Ryan Whitney. Blue line pair right now for Val Kruger. Everly gets to center. Everly to Nugent Hopkins. Up in the air. Hall can't touch it, but thrown ahead. Nugent Hopkins does get to it. Gets knocked down by part of the Nisimov. Still loose. Hall comes up with a ball. Trying to get it to Everly. It comes back and splits the defenders. And Nisimov line will head off as well as the Nugent Hopkins line. Sam Gagne.
Gagliardi helps
this to Yarby as the goal tonight. He got things started for the Edmonton Oilers in the first period. Jack Johnson. Vinny Prosper. Backhands it up before he tries to shoot it right back in. It's the line shot. 25-21. The shots favor the Blue Jackets. It was 8-8 after 26. 2 periods in that period. 20-16 over the shots for Columbus. Gagne. Backhand. Bobrovsky. Block save. Yarby there. The save by Devin Dubnyk. Nice. There. He'll hang on to it.
Nice little drive wide here by Sam Gagne. I like the fact that, again, you saw Hemsky driving to the net. No question coming into this game, the Oilers knew exactly how well Sergei Bobrovsky has been playing as of late and felt they had to get bodies in front of him there. This one here, just a little floater, and I think felt they had to get bodies in front of him there. This one here, just a little floater, and I think for Gagne, he was hoping that somebody was going to get there, but good drive to the outside, or push, by Johnson to not allow Halish Hemsky was going to get there, but good drive to the outside, or push, by Johnson to not allow Halish Hemsky to get to the front of the net there.
Petrie pitches in, sends it around the board. Speed waiting for it. Picked up by Erickson. Or that is Wisniewski. And Wisniewski knocked down by Jones. Umberger with it now. He'll play it off the glass and bounce it down the ice. Ryan Johansson beat to the puck by Petrie, but Johansson recovers, gets it to Umberger. Umberger bouncing puck, can't get a shot. Horkoff back defensively. Johansson sweeps it towards the net. That shot stopped by Devin Dubnyk. Quick pass to Schmid. Horkoff. Yakupov stopped by Fedor Tutin. And offside the call. Following the game, it's connected with a preview. Here's Ken Reed and Ivanka Osman.
Jerome McGinley speaks. We'll hear from number 12.
But do the Pens even need him? They're going streaking again.
All right, thanks, guys. And, of course, a complete post-game. The first quarter of one at Grexall. 6:55 to go in regulation time. Score in game one will be 6-4. Brown, Smith, Petrell. Petrell backs in with Jared Bowles. Picked up by Dalton Trout. He will just put that one high down the ice. Potter. Gets it to Ryan Smith. Petrell. Moving in against Trout. Takes the shot again. Well saved. Bobrovsky with Brown right there. Well, replays and live shots from our net cams are brought to you by LASIK MD, providing you with a 20/20 view of all the action. And we have seen 8 goals in this hockey game. And we have seen 3 goalies work in the nets. Nugent Hopkins will line up against Artem Anisimov. 55 from the face-off, won by Nugent Hopkins. All hockey 20/20 plays and live. Taylor Bobrovsky. Brown right there. So replays and live shots from our net cams are brought to you by LASIK.
Trying to make it. He is just not going to make it. Make it look. Here is Taylor Hall. Hall shoots. He scores! Taylor Hall makes it 4-2, and the Oilers are within 2. Indeed. What a great finish by Taylor Hall.
Providing you.
Looking at that all blindside plus minus EV for Japanese. Hashtag all blindside, hashtag music here, hashtag music,
Makes it another save.
A 2020 view of spot shot from our net camp. Edmonton are brought to you by
a shot by Hall, and it's 4-2. Trailing with the
late work in the nets. Nugent Hopkins will line up against Artem Anisimov. From the face-off, one by Nugent Hopkins. Hall gets it back to Whitney. Play by the net. Nugent Hopkins waiting for it. Nugent Hopkins trying to cover that one out in front. It was blocked up there by Adrian McCoy. Hall to Whitney. That was blocked by Calvert. Here comes Anisimov. Artem Anisimov going wide. Hall coming back defensively. Plays around the board. Everly waiting for it there. George Everly. The pass to Taylor Hall. And then Kane. Hopkins and Burchill get the right to strike of the Columbus bench. Hall with 31 points. And Gagne's got 30. Johansson pushes it back towards Jack Johnson, and it comes right to Bobrovsky. He left it there for Johnson. Jack Johnson trying to get away from Gagne. Back to the point it comes. Ladislav Schmid keeps it in. Alashevsky goes cross ice, and that went off the stick of R.J. Umber. Hemsky lifts it up. Ladislav Schmid fills it down. He will get that puck in and then retrieve. Alberta gets it to Wisniewski. Wisniewski to Fedor-Tuch. Tuch to Brassard. Eric Brassard across the blue line. Brassard moves up, back up, throws it towards the net. Here's Vinny Foster. Foster back to the point. One time by Wisniewski. The Oilers are trailing it by 2. Umberger. Foster leaves it behind the net. Picking it up. Ahead of speed is Warkov. Yakupov going after it against Fedor-Tuch. Tuch gets it to Wisniewski. Wisniewski takes the hit from Jones. Turns it over to Yakupov. Nail Yakupov. Surrounded by Anisimov. Anisimov with Boswell. Anisimov still attempts to lift the shot though and went off. Nick Schultz shot angle shot by Anisimov and by Goodman. Nick Schultz got it again. Schultz to the captain. Oilers want to make a change. They'll get that change in now. There's 4 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in regulation time.
4-2, Columbus leads.
Anisimov. Bluejackets to McKenzie. Watkins to Justin Schultz. To Jordan Everly. Everly to Whitney. Gets by him, but there's Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall cutting to the middle. Finds Everly. Everly upstairs. Fired that one just a little bit too high. We saw him score a goal just like that in St. Louis on Tuesday.
And the sights have been dialed in as of late. A good pass by Taylor Hall to take it to the middle, find Everly late. Just missing half.
Now Justin Schultz driving wide. Schultz shot by Jack Johnson. Hall in there in support, sends it around the boards. Waiting for it is Ryan Whitney. Whitney gets it deep. Nicky. Now to Johansson. Quickly to Calvin. With Atkinson. Johansson moving in. Johansson to Calvin. Save by Devin Dubnyk. Johansson moving in. Johansson to Calvin.
Cross! Oh, what a save by Devin Dubnyk.
Hemsky. Back to Hemsky. Hemsky waits for it. Hemsky scores! And he does it. By Devin Dubnyk. With Atkinson. Johansson moving in. Johansson to Calvin.
Hunter's trying to get free. Scores! Corey Potter! Oilers are down by 1. It's 4-3 Columbus. And we just have under 5 minutes left in the third period. Canty was on a roll.
That was unreal. What a move by Alex Hemsky. There's a huge save at one end by Devin Dubnyk. As it looks like it's going to be 5-4 Columbus. Atkinson already with 2 goals. On the play, coming back the other way. Great drive to the middle here. But Payarvi opens up a seam, and Alex Hemsky, who has had his wheels underneath them all night long, just takes this one to the net. Perfect little backhand play, tucks it in for a 5-4 lead.
Alex Hemsky with 2 points on the night. His 9th goal of the season comes after a 12-game scoring drought.
Just like the Flames.
But a big goal here, 16-52. The Oilers with a 5-4 lead.
It's 4 for Columbus.
6 points in this last 9 games. And nice has scored
first goal. 2006 Stanley Cup. Chanting here in Rexall. They are going crazy. Edmonton Oilers are looking for a 4-4 tie in game 2.
Hemsky celebrates his 19th point of the season. The Oilers with a 1-goal lead. Outstanding play, outstanding results. Brought to you by Bluejackets, Canada's most receptive agent.
We'll go back to what we just saw a little while ago. Great play here by Alex Hemsky. After a great save by Devin Dubnyk, goes inside, outside, back to the net in the backhand and tucks her home.
Outstanding play, outstanding results. Brought to you by Remax, Canada's most productive agents.
We'll go back to what we just saw a little while ago. Great.
Scratch. Hemsky celebrates his 19th point of the season. The Oilers with a 1-goal lead. And back in the lineup as well, as we said. Outstanding play, outstanding results. Brought to you by Remax, Canada's most productive agents.
We're going to go back to the goal we just saw a little while ago. Great play here by Alex Hemsky. After a great save by Devin Dubnyk, goes inside, outside, back to the net in the backhand and tucks her home for a 5-4 lead.
The Oilers.
And one of the nicer end rushes you're going to see a guy make. A nice celebration afterwards by Hemsky. You know, that was a first goal of the
He was 1 for 2 on that play tonight.
He got it 7 years
earlier, but this one has given his team the lead. Just over 2.5 minutes to go in regulation time.
Of the quarterfinals.
Calvert and Nisima are going to see a lot of ice for Tom Richards.
45
Atkinson behind the net. Atkinson will look for a tie. And Nisima just missed. And Newman fires it wide. And Richards drops it back. Cam Atkinson with the puck. Brings it towards the net. Devin Dubnyk to save with Beartooth right at the doorstep.
Off it out.
Stays with it.
1 hour, 1 hour, 39 minutes. 1 hour, 39 minutes.
Possible. Flips it high.
6 like Umber.
13 is available. Essentially 5 points apart coming in tonight's action in the National Hockey League in the Western Conference. So, as far as I can see, yeah, it's going to be a tight run down the stretch. All the more reason why you can start to see games reaction having that playoff atmosphere because maybe more.
Seen it right now. Dubnyk the save. Seen it right now. Should end up 1 and 4.
Last minute and 26 seconds to be looking for the big shot. He can shoot to the play and get a shot, and he has that cannon. Obviously, one of the guys I'll be looking for down the stretch here in this last minute and 26 seconds to be looking for the big shot. He can shoot it, and he can shoot it hard. Good job by Dubnyk, out on the blue paint, challenging, making that save. And a timeout here to the Columbus Blue Jackets to go over a game plan and a final attack.
They have lost only 1 game in regulation in the month of March. And just 2 games in regulation since February the 24th. The Columbus Blue Jackets, an 8-1-4 run in the month of March has got them in the playoff conversation. The Oilers trying to even the point total. San Jose is the last invite to the playoff dance right now. They have 36 points coming into the action.
The playoffs.
Evan Dubnyk on in relief. Sam Gagner with a couple of points. Ales Hemsky, the go-ahead goal right now. Face-off, critical. Will take this draw against Artem Anisimov. The Columbus net is empty. It is going to be Sam Gagner, but Horcoff is out there in case Gagner gets tossed over the circle. And it's Anisimov who wins it, but Johnson can't keep it in. Anisimov put it down. A minute 18 remaining in regulation time. Anisimov is going to shoot it in, can't do it. Remaining in regulation time. Anisimov put it down. A minute 18 remaining in regulation time. 2 minutes left to go in regulation. Atkinson drops it back for Wisniewski. Wisniewski over to Johnson. Less than a minute to go. Deflected by Calvert.
Columbus. Here's considers it, and he makes another save by Devin Dubnyk.
At the point, throws it towards the net.
Less than 40 seconds left to go. Here is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins trying to make this game a big lead. Here is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with 24 seconds to go. Nugent-Hopkins centers it. Now again,
deflected by Calvert. Calvert gets on it. Ties him up. Now a chance for Gagner.
Oilers are trailing 4-3. 9 seconds to go. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins just looked for time. He scores. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Finally, this game is tied at 4. With 3.3 left in the third period. Unbelievable.
And the Oilers,
what a comeback. Have from 3 goals down
the clock, and he just chips it up over top.
Gets it wide.
The perfect weight and the perfect accuracy.
On behalf of the
And what a playoff this has it been.
Edmonton weight.
And the seconds down onto the clock, and he just chips it up over top. The perfect weight and the perfect accuracy.
On behalf of the six.
For the drop, for the do it again. They are standing out there. To go, put this drop, and that will be it.
And he just chips it up over top. The perfect weight and the perfect accuracy.
With Atkinson driving the net.
Will be it. Fires that shot. And
got to get back in right through.
What a period this is. 3 goals for the Oilers.
We've got more prizes. Raymond Carter.
Here
of Brantford won the DVD prize pack from E1, courtesy of Safeway, Nabob Coffee, and the captain, Sean Horcoff, at 1905. Darren Millard. Hey, 3-3 game. Darren Millard. Hey, 3-3 game. Giving you guys after bedtime. Still, it's to this one.
You produce plays like that, we'll stay up all.
Hey, 3-3 game. Giving you guys after bedtime. Still, it's to this one.
You produce plays like that, we'll stay up all night long.
Yakupov right there throwing a hit. It turns into this. I'm in the press box, folks. Ice is laid out in front of me. The game looks so easy from up there. I didn't even see Sean Horcoff coming here. Nail Yakupov does. It's an empty net center for Horcoff. Ties the ball game up. Real nice play. I'm interested to see how much ice time Yakupov gets in the third period from Ralph Kruger.
Louis and Kevin, let's see what happens.
All right, gentlemen, 9 minutes and 50 seconds for Nail Yakupov.
Overtime period
is 20 minutes set for this third period.
And he's
tied at 3. The Oilers have won once.
in this playoff.
Again, they were tied heading into the third. Here we go. It's after a win. Time and four. Keeps it around the board. Right up there. He's got the area on Apiece as well. Up the middle. Gagne almost got to it, but Albert was there to push it away, and he'll get it to Atkinson. Atkinson, cross-side speed, and there's a great shot. Ayala Kempsky against Artem Anisimov, and Anisimov steals it, and a shot and a goal. A shot to 27 seconds into the period. That line strikes again, and the Blue Jackets makes another save. Fully changed. Just at the 12-second mark. Devin Dubnyk, 839 saves. Changes. Devin Dubnyk is in, and Devin Dubnyk in. And now he goes to work in a relief role.
I would hope that's the reason he's getting pulled, because when they replay of that shot, for me, there's a lot of bodies in front. The puck changed direction, and it slips inside the post. I mean, he doesn't look too happy right now afterwards. Maybe this is just a spark by Ralph Kruger to get things going, but here it is here. He gets down, obviously redirected inside the post. Wasn't a whole lot of room for that puck to go through, but it's found its way. And maybe for Ralph Kruger, just trying to find a spark here, wants the goalie to be a little bit better. Although I don't think they have the rules to blame for those two shots coming from that angle. I think they're both redirected past.
1-0-1 is Devin Dubnyk this year, 5-3-2 in his career against the Columbus Blue Jackets. 4 goals on 78 shots, including a 39-save effort on February 10th. Dale Yakupov. He was the spark in the goal by Sean Horkoff. Then he Poskell back the other way. Poskell drop pass. Johnson steps into a shot. Big test for Devin Dubnyk, and a great defensive play there by Magnus Piarvi to take away a rebound chance from Mark Letestu.
He took away a goal. That was a goal for sure by Letestu. Big save by Dubnyk on the block by Johnson. He just teed it up, and Letestu on the doorstep had a wide open net, but it was Piarvi's stick that broke it up.
Back to the point it comes. Johnson another shot. This one gets the deflection high in the overtime period. First overtime. Our scoring summary is brought to you by Worley Parsons Ford. Now hiring trades in oil country. Visit WorleyParsons.com/careers and apply today.
2 goals to start things off for Columbus. Then it's Magnus Piarvi that cuts the lead in half at the 15:09 minute mark of the first period. In the second period, it was Jordan Eberle with the beauty of a goal. And Anisimov gives them the lead once again. Then Horkoff late ties the game 3-3 in the third period, much like the first. It was Horkoff late.
For Ryan Hopkins.
Gives them the lead once again, then early. Columbus has given them the 4-3 lead now.
Atkinson and Anisimov each have 3 points. Tied game, Mike Brown. Brown up there by McKenzie. There's a goal on the ice as well. We've got a nice offside call right at the Columbus Blue Jackets line, and Ralph Kruger has decided that Nikolai Havi-Bulin's night is done.
Yeah, you know what? Just a statement right there by Ralph Kruger. We're not sure if it's an injury by Havi-Bulin, if it was Ralph Kruger that made that call. Regardless,
night is done.
Yeah, you know what? Just a statement right there by Ralph Kruger. We're not sure if it's an injury by Havi between the pipes in a game that has seen a lot of action around the goaltenders. You know, both of those guys, Havi-Bulin and Bobrovsky, you couldn't get a beating by them on Tuesday night. 7 goals between the 2 of them already. So it's amazing how this game changes in a hurry.
Well, the St. Louis Blues were world beaters here on Saturday, beating the Oilers 3-0, but they have now lost 3 games in a row. You're right. Bobrovsky and Havi-Bulin stopped all 77 shots they faced in those games on Tuesday night. 7:17 left to go in this one. 17 gone by in overtime. Between these 2 teams, 4-4 in the Calvert, and Anisimov and Atkinson are back on the ice. Calvert with the puck down. Calvert trying to feed it to the middle for Atkinson. It was broken up by Potter. Magnus Piarvi comes in. Gets by Nikita Nikic. The one hook. Potter the shot. He scores. With the question off the net and makes the save. And it was broken up by Potter. Magnus Piarvi comes in. Gets by Nikita Nikic. Overtime. The one hook. Potter. Magnus Piarvi comes in. Gets by Nikita Nikic. The one hook. Potter the shot. He scores. Calvert with the puck down. Calvert and Atkinson are back on the ice. Calvert with the puck down. Calvert trying to feed it to the middle for Atkinson was broken up by Potter. Magnus Piarvi comes in. Gets by Nikita Nikitin. The one foot. Potter, the shot. Hooks.
White shoots, and it makes another save.
Oh, by swiping a free point. At 30. Goal by up an assist instead. So a couple of points in his last couple of games for Corey Potter. Getting knocked over by Jack Johnson right into Sergei Bobrovsky.
Yeah, Bralishevsky stepping out there with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Jordan Eberle. So a little shuffle of the lines here by Ralph Kruger as well. I love the traffic here all around. Bobrovsky and Johnson just kind of blasts Hemsky right into his own goaltender. As this one's redirected by Eberle. Good hand-eye coordination to get that one through. And it's sat around for a while. Good scramble in front by Bobrovsky to find it eventually and cover it up. Oh, good scramble in.
The energy line is on the ice right now.
It's on the ice right now.
Along with Rick and the goal scorer, Corey Potter.
That was over 3 hours.
Trail just dumps it in.
No item in DEG for the player group.
Trail with a nice hit on Tim Erickson. Calvert, Anisimov, and Atkinson. A forward line for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
To overtime.
He's gloved ahead, but we got him early.
Good backtrack there by Mike Brown, and you know you heard Mark Spector talk about what he's done since he's come over to the Edmonton Oilers from the Toronto Maple Leafs. There's a lot of hype. A lot of his teammates sent messages saying how much they're going to miss this guy. Great team guy, does a little bit of everything. Obviously, he's tough. Obviously, he can fight, but it's his work ethic and what he brings to each and every shift. And right here, make sure he's over to the Edmonton Oilers from the Toronto Maple Leafs. There's a lot of hype. A lot of his teammates sent messages saying how much they're going to miss this guy. Great team guy, does a little bit of everything. Obviously, he's tough. Obviously, he can fight, but it's his work ethic and what he brings to each and every shift. And right here, make sure he's that guy coming back on the play. It's a glove pass, but you love seeing that effort coming back into the play. On the play, it's a glove pass, but you love seeing that effort coming back into the play on that quick lead.
Just over 4 tied up inside. Magnus Piarvi will pick it up. Magnus Piarvi sends that puck down the ice.
Period with 3 seconds left.
Cheers for the home team from the home team. Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners. With expert advice.
Tag. All inclusive. Or they want to go anywhere with 14:54 left to go in this. Don't want to go anywhere with 14:54 left.
One game.
Don't want to go anywhere. Alex on the far side, pushing it back for Gagne. Gagne lost an edge. And the Oilers bounce that puck down the ice. That will allow them to get a change in. Yakupov, Jones, and Porkov. A forward line right now. Puck sits inside of the net. Umberger looking for it. And that one slides wide as Collins pushed it there. Umberger, Collins, and Johansson. Ryan Johansson against Nick Schultz. Lays it back to Fedor Tutin. Tutin and Wisniewski on the blue line. Comes around the boards for Umberger. He'll give it to Johansson. Ryan Johansson checked by Justin Schultz. Blue Jackets get a change in. Vinny Possible on the ice now. Fedor Tutin gets the puck to him. Centered it out in front. Nobody home. And it's picked up by Jones. He's got time. Quick pass to Yakupov. Nail Yakupov down the right side. Fedor Tutin takes him into the boards. Wisniewski. Makes the shot. Will go wide. Let it go. And Dubnik makes the save. Put out there for the rebound to Yakupov. Nail Yakupov. Backtracked by Mark Letestu. Slap Schmid steps up. Here comes Schmid. Big shot. Bobrovsky to save a big rebound. Flip down the ice for Brassard. Derek Brassard. To Letestu. Mark Letestu fires a shot, and there, standing tall, Devin Dubnik. A point, trying to keep it in. Can't do it. Comes out to center. Jack Johnson. Quick pass to Brassard as the Columbus Blue Jackets make a change. Eberle bounces it in. Johnson. First to get away from Nugent Hopkins. Up the middle comes Anisimov. To Calvin. And here's the call. Tell us Oilers hockey from Rexall.
Were the Oilers brought into the play the TELUS game of fan right, fan wrong trivia? What year were the Oilers brought into the NHL? Was it 1960, 1970? All you have to do is text hockey.
Looks like the Oilers have been able to get all their lines out there, but the Columbus Bluejackets look like they are going to ride this line. And you can't blame them with the way they produce Calvert, Anisimov, and Atkinson. Out there against the fourth line for the Oilers, Control, Smith, and Brown. Ryan Smith with a puck now. Smith dumps it in. Brown trying to get to it. Brown gets there first, plays it to the corner. Nikita Nikitin, his defensive partner, starts away. Long pass for Artem Anisimov. Anisimov on the near side, throws it towards the net. Devin Dubnyk, calm save, calm cover, and gets the whistle.
Here is the basket of half-eaten zucchini sticks from the win known as Money Monday.
Get your game on with Pools.
So Devin Dubnyk stepped in there and done a real nice job after taking over for Nikolai Habibulin after that fourth goal went in for Columbus. And has had a couple little tricky ones come his way. Not always easy to jump into a game as late as he has. He's done well so far.
Goes wide. R.J. Roberter, Sean Collins, and Michael Johansson, the forward line right now. Up against the top line for the Oilers. Taylor Hall, 31 points on the season. He's got an assist tonight. He's got 5 points in his last 3 games, and he's got the puck with a head of steam. Hall fires a shot. That one gets deflected to the corner. Hall leads this team in shots on goal, closing in on a high. There's shot with a shot right through, but he the same. Everly on the far side. Jordan Everly. Drop pass for Hall. Hall. Takes a look. Still has it. Now a wrist shot that doesn't get through. And Columbus sends it down the ice. Nick Schultz will pick it up there. As that line is going to change up. The top line switches, and the second line hops over the boards. Hexke, Gagne, and Biarbi. 11 minutes, 39 seconds left to go in regulation time. We're locked up at 4. The final meeting between these two teams. Magnus Biarbi trying to flip it in. Got a stick up on Brassard, and a penalty coming up. Magnus Biarbi is going to head for the penalty box. And we'll have to see if Brassard was given a cut or not.
Well, tell us Flames hockey's
Brassard was going to hit or not.
Taylor Hall.
And we'll have to see if Brassard was given a
with the Battle of Alberta.
He's back down there, no cut
for the game for them. Generated the shot. The man advantage. Devin Dubnyk covers up, and Atkinson takes a rush at the shot. The man advantage. Devin Dubnyk.
Cut in a place, only a 2-minute power play. Coming up here to the Columbus Bluejackets.
Second
Edmonton has been in that, and he's not so good to defend.
They produced 8 points in this game. Centers! Those guys. Atkinson back to get it.
Deflected by Ryan. Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins to look at the overtime. Here's Hopkins. Hopkins once more. Oh, what a save.
Takes that puck, fires it down the ice.
But here's what Taylor Hall makes another save by
Nick Schultz and Corey Puck. Jeff Johnson scans it over. Here's Johnson. Centering pass. Schultz and Corey Puck.
Save.
Jeff Johnson.
Or saves in overtime.
He's hot over the ice for the Edmonton Oilers. Control. With Gagne.
There's work on the ice. Shot work on. Looks for
Jeff Johnson scans it down. Schultz and Corey Puck. Jeff Johnson scans it down.
Just looks for the victory. Horka. Sean Horka. Overtime winner. The Edmonton Oilers come back from 4-1 down, and they scored 3 goals in the period. But after that, the overtime hero is Sean Horka. 5-4 in the final, and the series tied at 1.
No item in.
This game is a rocket. Taylor Hall just went off the bench and that
Again, Austin Bullshit. 1 hour, 40 minutes, 2 seconds of 1 hour, 45. 1 hour, 41 minutes. 1 hour, 41 minutes. 1 hour, 40. Austin.
We'll be done.
Austin Bullshit.
But Nikolai Happy Bullet also.
Austin Bullshit.
With a 6-4 victory and a standing ovation from the folks here at Rexall. And Brennan Dubnik gets warmed in relief. But Nikolai Happy Bullet also a big part at Rexall. A 6-4 victory. And they'll get it. The Oilers with a 6-4 victory and a standing 5-4 victory. The Oilers also looking for the season win in the series against the Bluejackets. And they will get it. The Oilers also looking for the season win in the series against the Bluejackets. And they will get it. The Oilers with a 6-4 victory and a standing ovation from the folks here at Rexall. But Nikolai Happy Bullet also a big part of this victory for the Oilers, their second win in a row. They've now got 33 points. One game apiece.
Telus Oilers Hockey on Sportsnet. And brought to you by Telus, the future is friendly. By Molson Canadian, brewed with the best this land has to offer. By Ford, go further. And by Rexall, feel good.
Volume group image.
Well, there's a thank you to the fans here at Rexall Place as the Oilers skate on their 6th home win of the season on home ice. Well, look at our Molson
of the playoffs.
3 stars. Our 3-star selection is brought to you by Molson Canadian, brewed with the best this land has to offer. Well, Mike Brown with the 5 hits also could have put down an inspiring fight alongside Jared Boll, the number 3-star. Number 2-star, Alex Hensky feels like he had more than that because he was in on so many of the offensive plays, but he is the number 2-star with a goal. And Jordan Everly heating up. He's in on Jared Boll, the number 3-star. Number 2-star, Alex Hensky feels like he had more than that because he was in on so many of the offensive plays, but not against St. Louis. Not wanting to have a 3-point back game against the team occasion ahead of them in the standings, and they are able to come back on a couple of different occasions to defeat Columbus for a second time this season. Stay tuned as on the way, Ivanka and Ken with Connected, and then back to Rexall Place for post-game reaction.